Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Barcode and Snute on King Sejong Station, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Barcode. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Snute, representing Team Liquid. Now, I don't know who this Barcode player is. I got this replay off of LOTV.spawningtool.com. It doesn't say what event it is from or anything like that, so if you know, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do some changes here in the description, and we'll try to figure out what's going on. Do I not have any music? Why does it happen sometimes? Just kidding. There we go. Alright, so as EVT on King Sejong just had a couple of these, or one of these, between Pult and Solar just a couple of days ago, so we'll take a look and see if that looks anything like this one. Although I'm not sure that Snute is actually a fan of the Ling Bling Muta stuff that Solar is way into, so we'll see exactly what our Team Liquid player does today. Taking that expansion first here at the weird natural. These rocks are a problem for all races. Basically, this is a backdoor for Zerg to knock down and get into the Protoss and Terran's natural, but you can put a siege tank right here and hit this mineral line. And there's very little that Zerg can do about it unless they want to run all the way around here. And if there's a flying tank, then that is impossible because they'll just lift up and put one here. So we will see if Snute wants to knock down these rocks. Solar versus Pult did so, and it seemed to help, so we will see. One Rax expand here. There is a Reaper. And yes, we do have Reaper names. Suggest your Reaper names in the comments, and maybe I will choose it. All right, right now it's going to be a Reaper Robert. Some nice alliteration there. His name is Robert, not Bob. Do not call him Bob. Bob was his father. His name is Robert Reaper. His story is a fairly sad one as well. He was caught stealing bread at the young age of 11 years old, trying to feed his family. Was locked away and put into the Reaper program. And now here he is at the ripe old age of 16, ready to head on out to battle against the Swarm. No promises were made to him, man. It was get out there and kill some stuff or we will kill you. That is it. There are no promises of freedom. There are no deals being put forward to him by the warden of the jail or anybody else. He just needs to kill Zerg, and then if he lives through the game, he'll just be around next time to do it again. Just, I mean, it's a never-ending life for Reaper Bob. Robert the Reaper, I apologize. So he's going to try to kill some of these lings. Once again, that is kind of his job. Some good micro on display. Again, a good sign of a good Zerg player is you don't lose any of these lings. Just kidding. To a Reaper. One of them dies. KD8 charge does knock one of those lings into the air, and Robert the Reaper gets out of there. Took some shots, but he has combat drugs that were given to him by the Dominion. Overlord ahead scouting things on out here. Overlord over here trying to scout things out, and the Marines shove him away quite easily. The Marine count itself does tell Snute what's going on here. I mean, that number of Marines, 3, 4, starting to get up more into there with a reactor on the barracks too. And the quick starport tells me it's likely going to be a Marine drop at some point in the next couple of minutes. We'll keep an eye on it and see if that's what we're going to do. Pneumatized Carapace coming up here for the Zerg player. He really wants to scout on in. This is something we see more often on the channel. Instead of waiting for an Overseer to scout, just getting that quick Pneumatized Carapace upgrade, which does increase the movement speed of both Overlords and Overseers, allows the Overlords to scout much more efficiently than if they are slow. Robert the Reaper, run! No, Robert. Robert the Reaper got chased down by Speedlings, as so many of his brethren do, and he is completely dead. Moment of silence for Robert the Reaper, but perhaps he is freed. Perhaps it is better for him to not live a life of violence and corruption and be freed into the afterlife of whatever the afterlife is for Terran players or Terran units in StarCraft 2. Speedy Overlord right here wants to move on in. Look how fast the guy moves. Zooms like he has rockets on his back or something. This one too going to move in? Nope, that one's not going to move in. But perfect scout here. Does get chased away here by the Marine just a little bit. I was going to think, all right, maybe he doesn't see as much as I thought. I was hoping he would see that tank and that starport there too, but didn't happen. And yes, it's not going to be a Marine drop, it's just a flying tank instead. So flying tank heading on over. Again, I think it's too much of a temptation for Terran players not to try to do this right here, which I mentioned earlier. Overlord dies, but got the perfect scout out. Saw the timing on the command center here, desperately trying to knock down these rocks because here it comes. I don't know if he's close enough to get there. The tank will one-shot these lings that are trying to knock down this debris. Queen really wants to kill that medevac, but not going to happen. Good micro from Barcode, moving that thing back there. Now taking shots from the tank. Run! Run! Trying to give up with a new Queen. Really wants to get a shot on that medevac. Trying to find a sweet spot where the medevac can actually see the high ground but does not get shot at. Is there enough DPS here to finish down the debris? There is. There's enough DPS. Oh, and Snute breathes a sigh of relief. Still popping on out there, chasing these guys away. And that is a drop. Indeed it is. A tank and a marine drop heading on out, scouted by 1,000,000 lings. The lings go for the counterattack. What is this? Snute says, do you want a base race? I guess that's what's happening here. The lings might be able to do a ton of damage because just going for it. Here's Barcode. There's really nothing to defend. There are a couple queens and a couple lings. Oh, heading back. Snute says, never mind. I don't really feel like base racing a Terran today. So instead, I will bring my lings and my queens up. One medevac does end up falling. That means one of these tanks is going to die for sure. 3 queens here. A lot of lings here. One tank does manage to escape. All the marines are dead. And this location right here can be used to snipe at this mineral line. Again, assuming the medevac does spot for that siege tank. So let's take a look at the resources lost, or units lost here. 1 tank, 4 marines for 14 lings, and 2 queens and a drone. So not bad. Not bad for Snute at all. 48 to 50. Total harvesters in favor of the Zerg player to this point. Big old ling counterattack, or just straight up attack, I guess. Checking for a quick third. There's not one there yet. There is a command center. It is being upgraded to that orbital command, but hasn't landed yet. These lings say we can deal with this many marines, and catching a few of them outside of the bunker. The repair is real though. This is a lot of SCVs being pulled off the line. Don't focus down the bunker, focus down the SCVs. Look, the repair is real. Is it enough though? It is enough. The lings pull off, try to kill some of these marines, but they're being healed by a medevac, and no, not a super effective attack at all. That's a lot of dead lings, a lot of dead marines, I guess. How many marines have died so far? 9 thus far, but 38 lings have been killed. That could have been drones. Could have been drones for Snute, but he's double expanding in the meantime. I guess, I mean, his 3rd is already up. That's his 4th. About 50% complete. And this flying command center, orbital command, is flying right on over to land for a 3rd base for our Barcode mystery player. I'm trying to see if there are any tells to let us know who this is. But, I mean, it's just fairly common play for Terran. You go a lot of marines. Are these all reactors? This is going to be a lot of marines. Ooh. Alright, so a lot of marines getting combat shield on this one tech lab. I don't think marauders are in the plans anywhere for Barcode. We'll have to see if that is the case or not. Here comes a big old marine ball though with medevac support. Combat shield is on the way, as I said earlier. +1 armor. Gonna finish before +1 weapons, which is not always the case. I think he's waiting for both of those before he actually hits, but needs to slow down this creep spread before he gets completely out of control. Does take down 1 creep tumor almost. There's the scan. And there go the creep tumors. Are they predictable or what? Alright, so this is a lot of queen defense right now. 11 roaches are on the way. That might be enough, especially with this ling support. No, pick up and run. That is, pick up and run. A couple marines get left behind. The lings need to get back out here for base defense. Going to try to land here once again for the 2nd time in this game. Here is Barcode, but there's a roach. Spore crawler going to be planted there as well. Taking the long array around, just kind of block the queen's ability to go back and forth, but a spore crawler is super useful there as well. Lings, if they want to land, they might have been able to pick off some of these marines, but instead they decide to head up for a big old counterattack. Widowmine shots could be massive right here. Instead, they go right up to the 3rd base, get that siege tank. They do. They surround the siege tank and they take it out. Every single ling dies, though. These reinforcing lings, their corpses scattering this ramp, sadly for them, but the marines doing their work. This is so many marines right now for the Barcode player. 41 marines and a marauder. And a marauder. It's a Roach Ravager for Snute. +2/+2 on that melee or missile attack, and carapace coming on up, and medevacs. 5 of them with 1 more on the way, and +2/+2 having started already. So good job so far by our Terran player. Overlords checking different places that the Terran player could want to expand. Doesn't see anything to worry about yet. There's 3 bases to 4 bases. Here's this Roach Ravager stuff though. I don't know the pure marine's going to work very well at all in this situation. Crossobile's landing and almost hitting a medevac, not quite able to do it. Not at all. The other thing that Crossobile is good for is actually hitting widow mines. If you know where they are, you see where the shot comes from, you don't actually have to detect them in order to kill them using corrosive bile. So we'll see if that comes into play here or not. But it is 160 to 156 total supply. Army supply is about 5,000 for the Terran player and about 4,000 or so for Snute. So Snute is trying to get that army up. He's going for a quick hive. Again, that +2/+2 on the way. It's just so darn slow. About as slow as the +2/+2 is available for the Terran player. Marines deciding to move on in and maybe attack from... I don't know why you're coming up here. I guess he's checking for a base to kill. There's not one, sadly for him, but there's a lot of creep to clear before you get to that particular hatchery. So be so careful with that Barcode. Be so darn careful. Baby Ursadak, do not kill it. Do not kill the baby Ursadak. Killing creep tumors is just fine. as they're basically just buildings. I don't think they have consciousness, but anyway, some Ravagers there do take out a single Marine. Nobody's really engaged quite yet. Starting to move on to the creep here. These Queens defending this area. Not sure if that's enough, although this is a lot of Queen. Holy cow, 8 Queens out on the field already. Retreating is Barcode, maybe just rejoining with the rest of his army here. It is now still 4 base to 3 base. That hive about to complete, and is Snute going to go for Ultra, going to go for Broodlord, going to get Infestors. These are all options that are available to him. Small group of Marines try to come in and clear out these creep tumors, doing fairly well at it, but do allow these 2 tumors to actually finish. Pop, pop, that's going to be more of a problem. Really setting up on the edge is Barcode. Looks like he wants to move in here, but he's just a little bit afraid. A little bit afraid to do this thing. Good scan, trying to kill these newly formed creep tumors. Corrosive Biles being tossed on down, dodged very ably. Just a handful of roaches getting massacred. Where's the rest of the army for Snute? Here it is. Here it is with the fungals available. A big fungal and a fungal bile could be massive. There it is, the fungal on top of everything. Actually taking out one of the tanks, 2 of the tanks. Fungal's doing a lot of DPS on the top side as well. Not enough to actually kill this entire army, though. Roaches and Ravagers holding on in. Corrosive Biles once again zoning the Terran player away, reinforcing Marauders and Marines moving in from the top side. That Queen, not sure where she was going, but she's completely dead there. Walking into some Corrosive Biles. Here is our bio player. Barcode, and walking into, there we go, Corrosive Bile landing. Another Fungal Bile would be amazing there, but no. Are the Infestors dead? No, they are not, but they're too low on energy to actually assist. These Marines running for their lives end up completely dead there as well. And there's the Corrosive Bile to get rid of that Widow Mine. A little bit overkill, but that's okay. It's just a cooldown. It's not like it's an energy thing. More and more creep tumors popping on out here. APM for these players on average 360 to 370. Really just playing to their strengths at this point. It is a greater Spire with more Infestors and +3/+3 coming up for these projectile units such as Queens and Roaches and Ravagers. Small group, small push on over here. The tank almost dies. Good pick up and retreat. The Fungal Bile getting rid of one of those medevacs. Excellent, excellent play indeed. We here by Liquid Snute, and landing on his own units a little bit are those Corrosive Biles, and Barcode once again retreats to the safety of the high ground. Has a 4th base. It is a planetary fortress. Income is 68 to 67. Very even on that front. Another hatch coming up for Snute. This one up and running very happily indeed. So I think Snute's got to feel pretty good about things. Has really only lost 2 drones throughout this entire game. Is up 191 to 174. Total supply is on his way to getting Broodlords, and I don't know that Barcode has any idea that's what is happening here. Although he's getting +1 ship weapons, so perhaps he has more of an inkling than I assumed. Did he scan this? He did not scan it. He doesn't know about it. But perhaps Snute is a little bit more partial to the, well, I don't know, to the Broodlords than the Ultras. Although at the same time, it's also good for Liberators if you do see Ultras to have the +1 attack. So I guess +1 air attack is pretty good for late game stuff, regardless if you're a Terran going against a Zerg player. Here we go again. Big old ball of stuff. Moving on down. Creep tumors slightly getting destroyed. There we go. Some tank fire. Finally getting rid of those things. Great splits here by Barcode. I don't know who this is. This is super, super good, though. Corrosive Biles landing. Any fungals yet? Nope. Snute is holding off on those fungals. Where's the rest of his army? I don't know. There's a good one. 2 good fungals, left and middle. The rest of the army shows up on the left side versus right side here. Who's going to win this battle? I really do not know. Infested Terrans are being tossed down just to add some additional DPS, some anti-air stuff, but they're dead almost immediately. Their corpses flying up into the ground here. Big time win, I think, for Barcode. He has a lot of units. They're very low on health, but the Broodlords ready to rock. Throwing down those Broodlings, really messing with the AI of the Terran player. He really wants to kill these Broodlords, but they're staying alive a little bit too darn easily, and does force a retreat from Barcode. So are you still going for Broodlords here, or what, Snute? He has 3? I'm not sure if that was enough to actually turn the tide, but it very well might have been. He just had a handful of Ravagers and Roaches down there. Reinforcements popping on out, getting the +1 attack. I don't see any sign. Oh, Vikings. There we go. Quadruple pumping Vikings right now as Barcode after seeing those Broodlords. Extra damage versus air units that are armored. As you can see here, they are armored. So it's an excellent decision for all you Terran players out there dealing with the Broodlords. If you've never seen them before, just get Vikings and you should be just fine at your level of StarCraft 2 on the ladder. Is that a 5th base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bases right now for Barcode, assuming this one ever shows up. It's moving. It's moving there. Move speed 1.31. It'll get there eventually. Faster than a Queen off creep, I think. Anyway, so big old Ravager Ball, Infestors, Broodlords. How many does he have? Maybe he's trying to get Barcode to overcommit. There are only 3 Broodlords. And there are a lot of Vikings out right now. 7 already, but I don't think, yeah, Barcode didn't overreact to that. Just got 7, which is a good number to deal with the number of Broodlords that exist. Spore Crawlers trying to burrow at more defensive positions here. Some Roaches taking tank fire as they just walk right on by. Any upgrades on this? No upgrades on the tanks, but +3/+3 has finished for the bio units. For Barcode, Infestor trying to join the army here and not be in the front. Vikings doing a great job against the Broodlords, but Transfuse is keeping them alive to some extent. Good fungal on all of those Vikings. Another Bile trying to get some shots off there too. Really doesn't want to commit quite yet. Barcode's going for it. Snute going for it too. There's the fungal on the left side. Fungal on the right side. All the Vikings are gone. What a play by Snute. The Broodlords still raining down broodlings from above. There just aren't that many of them. It's really just the free unit aspect. I'm not sure how much that Snute is counting on these to win the game for him. It's just really to get in there, screw with the AI of the Terran player, and then hopefully allow the Ravagers and the Roaches to do their true damage in this situation. +3/+3 has finished here for the missile attacks and the Carapace for ground units for Zerg. Has anybody killed a base yet? I don't think anybody's killed a single base in this game. Let's take a look. Buildings. Nope, no command centers, no hatcheries at all. Small attack on up here. Once again, Broodlords on the right side. Vikings trying to come on in and taking shots. Taking shots, forced to retreat. Maybe Snute is going to get up here and try to take down this planetary fortress. It's such a good defense, though, for any Terran player. Small attack on over here. A bunch of Marauders. They might just go straight for the hatch. I'm not sure that Snute is aware of what's happening here. The repair may be necessary on this planetary fortress, and nope, just abandons it. It does explode. Snute gets the first kill of a hatch, or of a production building there, a base, and this one's gonna die too. So very quickly, indeed, both players very quickly lose a base. This one trying to land here. Overlord is denying that. Very nicely done for Snute. These guys, job well completed here too. Trying to go somewhere, trying to kill creep, I imagine. Dropping here, healing up, and then just backing on out. The army trying to find them. 197 to 146 total supply. And there is a command center. Corrosive Bile technically can hit buildings as they come. Their shot comes from the air, but it's just difficult to do. It's difficult to aim like this. See what I mean? Close, but no cigar from our Zerging player here. All right, Snute. What you got? What you going to do here? First of all, going to deny the replacement of this base. Possibly. I don't even know where that command center is coming from. There it is. There it is. This is a lot of Roach Ravager, though. Holy shamoly. Coming down that ramp seems a little scary. It's a nice concave, but just walking right into the middle of it and just throwing down Corrosive Biles on the left and the right. The concave is absolutely helping Barcode here. The fungals keeping people in place while the Biles finishing them off. Big time hits on the left side. All the medevacs are gone. Medevacs are losing it here. There are still about 5 of them, though. Snute does not want to continue along this way. Manages to get the high ground, throw it on Corrosive Biles, and try to prevent the Terran player from following after. 2 medevacs die there as well. It's a lot of dead medevacs. 19 have died so far. There are 4 left on the field. Snute has done an incredible job keeping those numbers low. And I think really just trying to contain Barcode. He's letting him have this base, but he did kill this one. So it's basically 4 base. And as Snute replaced his, is working on it. There we go. Now working on it there. Getting adrenal glands for his lings. Possibly some ling counterattacks are in the plan here. Trying to sneak on in and kill some workers while the most of the army is trying to deal with this army of the Zerg blue player. Once again, trying to come over with his command center. It's a very scary proposition, although the Zerg army is vacating the premises at pretty much the perfect time for Barcode to take it, so that's weird. I don't know. All right, here we go. Roaches, Ravagers, Infestors. A big fungal on those workers would be absolutely insane. Can he catch it? Yes! Oh, no. SCVs! The massacre! The massacre. It's real. He didn't get all of them, mind you, but that is 34 dead SCVs versus 2 dead drones thus far. 2 to 34, 58 to 38 workers. 18 minutes into this game, the base is about to pop for Snute. He really needs to hold this, though. If he loses this, he's in a ton of trouble. All right, so here we go. Snute getting plus, is that +3? It is. That's +3 melee attack for his ground units. He's been working on that a little bit. I think he might be making a tech switch over to Ultra, which I can definitely agree with. The Marauder count is fairly heavy, but I haven't seen ghosts at all from the Terran player, so that might actually catch him a bit by surprise. Overseers mixed on in here just in case there are some Widow Mines being used to scout the high ground and spot for these units on the low ground. Nice fungal again, keeping units in place while the fungals do damage from the air. Infestors walking into a meat grinder, though. Infestors, no! Why are you at the front While you're at the front lines, another one getting killed there. Fungal Bile taking out Medivacs left and right here. One does manage to escape with 7 hit points remaining, but the Zerg is trying to get this planetary fortress. Can he get it? And he does! He gets it despite the mass repair. SCV's forced to fight for their lives here too. No, they're all getting destroyed, and that's it. A GG from Barcode. Barcode is defeated, and Snute is victorious, representing Team Liquid. What a win by the Zerg today. Wow. All right, so I know I've said before getting stuck on Roach Ravager is not a recipe for success, but Snute did not get stuck on Roach Ravager. He got Broodlords mixed in there. He made Infestors. Yeah, he lost a lot of Infestors towards the end there, 15 total throughout the game. Just brutal, brutal stuff. Got those upgrades going. I think he was ready for a tech switch to Ultras at some point. I don't think he actually had an Ultra Cavern, mind you, but I think he was trying to get there, or at least maybe accentuating this composition with some Lings as well. But killing that base was the huge deal. That was a lot of dead SCVs. They're mostly all here, killing this one and this one twice. Too much for Barcode to overcome, and Snute takes the win. So well played there by Snute. Again, if you know who Barcode is, please let me know in the comments. And that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.